Hey, what's up guys, Larry D12 here, and today is not a normal vlog. I'm coloring, I'm doing a lot of film work right now, so I haven't had time to record, but sit back and enjoy my talk with Soso. Peace.
Yo, my name is Soso. I am an artist, a visual artist. I do everything from drawing to painting to digital work. I do album covers, canvas paintings, drawings, all of that. I have a clothing line also, a brand. Not a clothing line, I don't want to call it a clothing line. It's a brand, it's called Last of the Originals. And that's what I do. I'm the last of the originals.
Okay. How did you get into art?
Honestly, I got into art off of competition. Somebody said they could draw better than me when we was children, and that's how I started in school. And then from there, I kept going with it, and they stopped. So I got the last laugh, I guess. But that's how I started. And then it would just stem from being bored. Anytime that I was bored, I would just pick up, if I had a pencil and there was a piece of paper around or a pen, I would just start drawing stuff. Anything that I seen, anything that was in my head, it started from there. But boredom is how it came about for real, honestly. It started from competition, but it kept up through boredom. I know that sounds bad, but that's what it is.
So how did you go from just drawing out of boredom to wanting to be a full-time artist, to becoming a full-time artist?
Well, when I would be in school, I got paid to do people's art homework for them. And so it wasn't nothing crazy, like $20 for a drawing or something like that. So that was cool, especially being in school. And then once I realized I didn't know what I wanted to be, cartoons was heavily influenced in my life, like anime, Dragon Ball Z for sure, Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, all of those cartoons that I liked. I wanted to create my own. I wanted to be a part of that. And so it went from being bored to actually wanting to be a part of this community and this scene. And so that's how it evolved into this cartoons, I guess you could say.
So what's the difference in the medium? What do you like? What's the differences and what do you like in between each medium?
My favorite mediums would be pen and ink. I like Copic markers, and then I like acrylic paint. The difference between pen and ink is, with pen and ink, you can't make no mistakes. If you make a mistake, you gotta figure out a way to change it into something else, because there's no going back on pen and ink. The Copic markers are like a mixture between paints, watercolors, and colored pencils. You can do a lot with them. The colors are very vibrant, but you have more control than a paintbrush. The acrylic paint, there's no such thing as a mistake, because anything that you make, you can literally, say I was to mess up on something, you can literally wait for it to dry and paint right over it. There's no such thing as a mistake with acrylic paints. It's a lot harder to control than pen and ink though, because the bristles on the brush kind of do what they want to depending on the pressure that you apply. So I would say the hardest is the paint. The funnest is the Copics for me, but the one that I like to do the most, even though that sounds kind of weird, the Copics are the funnest, but the one that I like to do the most is pen and ink.
Alright, from here, where do you want to go?
Up. I mean, I'm trying to go where I don't think anybody, I haven't seen it yet at least. So for me, I can't really tell you where I'm trying to go, because it's never really, from my understanding, nobody's ever done it. But I want to, I don't want to get famous just to be famous. I want to get famous, or I want to become big to have a voice to give back, because I feel like right now, all of the people that the kids look up to is not, they're not, like, you see these rappers that they got nowadays, all they talk about is doing drugs, and that's the cool thing to do. Like, that's what the world is going towards. So I feel like I need to get. I don't want to say famous, but I want to have a voice, because I want to be a voice of reason. Because right now I don't feel like there's anybody with a voice of reason, and I feel like my art touches every culture. Like when I do a show, black people, white people, Mexican people, Chinese people, Asian, it doesn't matter what you are, they all can relate to the art. They all see it as art instead of seeing it as a black boy. So I feel like they listen to my art more than they can listen to me. So my art will put me in a position to be able to be a voice of reason to the youth, and that's what it is. Art to me is a way of escape. It's the only. I feel like it's the only form of creation, honestly, other than like God and everything like that. But I'm talking about as human beings. Like, we can't, as a human being, you can't create anything because something's already there. I mean, you can create something out of two different things, but you can't just create something. So I feel like an art form is the closest thing to creation, and it's a way to kind of escape reality because you have complete and total control over what you do create. So if you're not liking your situation that you're in, you can escape it by drawing your own world. So like when I was younger, I would make up a lot of comic strips or characters and have stories with behind everything, because in this story, this is the only thing that I have complete and total control over in my life. Nothing else. Anything that happens to me, you have control over stuff that you do, but you don't have control over anything that nobody else does. So I feel like art is my way of calming myself down, I guess, because this is the one thing that I can control completely. If I want this guy to look a certain way, I can change his face. You can look at my art and be like, oh, that guy is da-da-da-da, and I can tell you like, nah, he's not. I created that. This is what it is. You might see it a different way, but it's my world. So it's a form of escape, because I don't know about you, but not having any control over anything is kind of scary. And so this is a way to kind of bring me back down to earth. Deep.
I think that's it.
Yeah, you didn't think I was gonna answer something like that.
anything else you would like to add? That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. You said anything else I would like to add?
Yeah.
I mean,
About like art.